SimD'sReviews. I'm back in with yet another video. And today's video is going to be about Dragon Ball Super Episode 62. And I'm just going to jump into it. It wasn't really too much going on in the episode. There was a little bit of action, a little bit of talking and explaining. So I'm just going to hop right into it. Super starts off where we left off, like every episode. Trunks has his new form. I'm calling it Super Saiyan Demi. Because demigod. His father's a god, his mother's a human, so I'm gonna assume he's a demigod. So I'm just gonna call it Super Saiyan Demigod. That's just what I call it. That's what I like to call it. That's what I think it is. So anyway, he starts as Super Saiyan Demi. He rushes Black, and surprisingly, we haven't seen it enough to know, but surprisingly, it doesn't seem like he's actually that much stronger because Black just knees him in the gut and they start fighting, going back to back to back, and they're just going at it. He's getting his hits in, like he backhanded Black, he grabbed back and Black and swung him, but Black kicked him in his face, and like they were going back and forth. What it reminded me of was, remember when it was like maybe 3 or 4 episodes ago, when they went back to the future for the first time since the last time we went back to the future, and Vegeta started fighting Black. It kind of reminded me of that. Because it wasn't like he was dominating Black. It wasn't like he was dominating him. It was like he was getting his hits in here and there, but it wasn't as if he's got such a stronger boost. Like, me personally, I do not think this form is stronger than Super Saiyan Blue. I think it just caught Black and Zamasu off guard. I don't think it's necessarily stronger than Super Saiyan Blue. But anyway, so they're fighting, they're going at it. And then what happens is Zamasu jumps in the fight, basically. And they start double teaming Trunks. And then Vegeta steps in. And then Trunks, what they do is they start double teaming Trunks and then they shoot. I don't know what this move is going to be called. In Xenoverse, I don't know what it's going to be called, but they shoot their beams together. It's like the death ball type thing. In Trunks, I love it. Trunks uses a final flash to combat the beams. And then he throws the beams up into the sky. And it misses him, obviously. And they basically start trying to double team Trunks and start trying to jump him and whatnot. They get him. They knock him on the ground. Like I said, they do the blasting. I don't know what the hell this is. All I know is in Xenoverse 2, if there's like some type of way that you can use both Black and Zamasu at the same time, they're going to be dominant. Like, online is going to be hell for people. Because, like, they are technically the same person. So, like, what if you can play as Black, but, like, if he'll power up, like, he'll turn into Zamasu? I don't know. That's neither here nor there. I know I'm going off topic. But anyway, they do that. Vegeta steps in. Vegeta starts trying to fight them. Vegeta gets dropped. Trunks gets dropped. And then Trunks basically gets up and is like, yo, we can't beat them. You guys need to go back to the past, and you need to figure out a way to beat them. And honestly, I thought it would have been way more action-packed. I figured that Trunks would do way more damage than what he did in this episode. Like I said, I really feel like he's not as strong as we thought he was going to become. I feel like he's not as strong. He's fighting them. He uses the Maseko attack, which is an OG Trunks attack. He uses the Maseko attack. That does no damage to them. But one thing that I did notice that is great, he actually made Black bleed. Now, Black is not a god. Well, technically he is a god because he's Zamasu. But his body is not a god, considering that when his body was taken over, Goku was not a god yet. So technically, if you're going to go by the idea of body, technically Black is not a god yet. Zamasu is a god, but Black is not a god, technically. So, Trunks did make him bleed. And as he made him bleed, like I said, he basically told Goku, Vegeta, Bulma, go back to the past, figure out how to beat these guys, and I'll hold them off. So, he holds them off. He's fighting them. Vegeta's like, you're a fool. What do you think? You can't beat them by yourself. And he's like, don't worry about it, Dad. Just go. I'll hold them off. Just make sure you guys get back quickly and, give me backup, whatever. So, Vegeta's about to want to fight. He wants to fight more. He wants to get back in the fight. Goku then wakes up and is like, we can't beat them, we need to leave. So Vegeta looks at Goku and is like, alright, whatever, we gotta go. Vegeta looks at Bulma, he tells Bulma, get the time machine ready. She gets the time machine ready. They all get in the time machine. Vegeta throws Mai some sensu beans and says, basically, watch over my son, make sure nothing happen to him. So they get in the time machine, they fly off. Black sees them. Black's trying to destroy the time machine. Trunks ain't having it. Trunks shoots a ki blast in the air. Black that hits Black's blast, and that basically hits it off course. And then another part I like, Vegeta says, "Please don't die, son." Like, Vegeta is like his character the build of his character from Z to now is completely night and day. Like, he, as much as he tries to act like he's just this tough, stern Saiyan that doesn't care, just wants to fight and get stronger, as much as he tries to act like that, he's not. He's a father first. He's a husband. He's a father and a husband first, and then he's a Saiyan, then he's a warrior. Because, like, when I saw now, I watched a different sub than some of you guys will probably watch. But obviously the subs will have different types of translations. But in my sub, it said, "Please don't die, son." He said that to Trunks. He said, "Please don't die, son." And I really enjoyed that idea, like, of him being a father and more of a father figure to his son. But anyway, they go back to the past, the present now. They go back to the present, and the first thing that happens is everyone's talking. Beerus is talking about how I'm trying to tell these guys, like, if I kill him if I kill him here, he's gonna be going the past. Bulma straight up spazzes on Beerus right when she gets out of time. She, "You liar, you're a liar," because I think he said something to the extent of, a god's power is unmatched. If I kill Zamasu in the present, then he's not gonna be in the future. She's like, "You liar, God's power is unmatched." Like, she was spazzing on, like, Bulma doesn't care. Like, she's a savage. Like, let's be real. She does not care. Like, she obviously would get destroyed if Beerus flicks her. She'll probably die. Like, he slapped her, yes, but I'm sure he didn't use even a tenth of his power when slapping her. So if he really got mad and he really got pissed off, he could just obliterate her easily, no problem, no ifs, ands, or buts. But she was like about to punch him, like she was about to hit him. But anyway, she's like, "You liar! Your power is clearly unmatched because da da da." Like, she was just going in on Beerus, and Beerus is like, you can tell Beerus is feeling some type of way, but because he's a guy, he tries to play it off like, "Oh, I don't care. Oh, I guess I was wrong. My bad." He even goes as far as say, "Yeah, I thought that he might still be alive too." No, you didn't, Beerus. You thought he was gonna be completely dead in all timelines, but you was wrong, Beerus. So he tries to play it off like he cares, and we'll actually see later on in the episode that he does indeed care. He's pissed off about it. But anyway, she's flipping out on him. She's spazzing on him. She's screaming at him. And then he's just like, "Oh, I don't care." And he walks off on his own. And he says, "You guys could do whatever you guys want. I don't care anymore. I killed the Zamasu here. And that's all that matters." But one thing that I forgot to actually mention, she explains to them that Black killed all the gods of the future. So that includes Beerus. She said he killed the Kaioshins. He killed all the gods of destruction, which is odd because if, according to Beerus, if you die in one timeline as a god, you die in all the other timelines. So it's odd. So he couldn't have killed Beerus because we know why Black is still alive, why Zamasu the present is still alive in the future, because the time ring. He explained that in the last episode. He said the time ring is what protects me. That's why when I died in the present, it didn't matter because I'm protected by a time ring. But Beerus doesn't have a time ring. Beerus is not being protected. So Beerus couldn't have died in the future because if he had died in the future, technically he would be dead now. And the same goes with Supreme Kai. Supreme Kai and Beerus are connected. So if Supreme Kai died in the future, then he would be dead in the past and the present as well. If all gods die, when they die in one time, they die in the other ones. So it's really odd and it's weird, but I'm not gonna complain about it. I've said this before in some of my videos, and in my rant video I said this before. The writing is very off. There's no continuity within the writing. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Um, Vegeta gets out. He's like, "Bulma, shut up! Stop yelling at Beerus. We don't need this right now. We need to figure out a plan." Vegeta throws Goku's body out. Goku's injured. He got holes on his body. Throws his body out. Goku's like, "Why can't you treat me kinder, please? Like, why can't you treat me kinder?" So they take Goku's body. They put him on a stretcher. They bring him to like a healing machine. He heals a little bit. Vegeta explains to Beerus everything that's going on. Actually, this is before. This was a part of what I meant to say before. But anyway. So Vegeta explains all the things to Beerus and whatnot. Goku heals. Goku's hungry. Chi-Chi and Chi-Chi is asking Krillin, who's a cop now. This is just so much different. Like, I don't even know. Like, the writing is so weird. But anyway, she asked Krillin, who's a cop now. She's with Gohan. She asked Krillin, who's a cop now, where's Goku at? I've been looking for Goku. Krillin's like, I don't know, whatever. Trunks flies to Goten, who is sleeping, knocks on the window, wakes Goten up. They basically sneak out of the house, and apparently they've been sneaking out a lot lately for some reason. I don't know. They've been sneaking out a lot. They fly over to where everyone's at. Vegeta's explaining to them everything that's going on. Goku's hungry, like always. He gets up, he's hungry like always. So he asks Chi-Chi for some food. He gets some food, and then while he's eating, he explains to them that he cannot ever forgive Black and Zamasu. So they're wondering, oh, why can't you ever forgive Black and Zamasu? And then he explains to Chi-Chi and everyone else in the room that they killed Chi-Chi and Goten, right? And Vegeta's meanwhile is over there saying like, these dudes is the real deal. They ain't no joke. Like, they work together because they're the same person. Because they're the same person, they work together so good. They're basically unbeatable. So Trunks asks, well, what about me, my future self? What about me? And everyone's like, oh, well, you're there right now fighting, trying to hold them off, and we need to get back quickly. So Vegeta basically asks Bulma, how long is it going to take for us to get back to the future? She says a day and a half or half of a day. And Vegeta's going to go and train. And like I said, now I know, based on the spoilers, Vegeta's not going to kill Black. I know this based on the spoilers that came out. He's not going to kill Black. But I am very much interested in next week's episode. And I'll get to that a little bit later. But anyway, Piccolo explains that they're wondering, how do we beat them? How do we beat these guys? And Piccolo's like, well, you can use the Mafuba technique. And Vegeta's like, oh, what's the Mafuba? He explains to them that it's the evil containment wave where they, contain evil, demon, whatever, into a talisman or whatever you could put them in, and then you lock them away with the talisman. So now, we also find out, which I didn't know, I don't recall knowing this, but Piccolo also knows how to use the Mafuba. So we got Tien, we got Master Roshi, and we got Piccolo. All know how to use it. Because Piccolo explains, they asked him, well, how do you do it? He said, I'll show you guys how to do it. Goku, obviously, being who he is, he doesn't care. He uses instant transmission, goes to Master Roshi, and asks him how to do it. Another thing that's so inconsistent with this show, Goku basically learns the Mafuba technique within a couple of hours. Like, he learns it within a couple of hours. Vegeta's back at home training. Vegeta's in the time chamber. He's gonna get powerful. Now I don't know if he's gonna get a brand new transformation or not, but he's going to get more powerful. And Goku learns the Mafuba technique. He learns it. He knows it now. We could have used Piccolo to use it. We could have used Tien to use it. But no, Goku's gonna use it, of course. Whatever. He learns it within a couple of hours, basically. It takes him a little bit into the night, up into the sunset of the next day, and he knows it perfectly. Then we pan to Universe 10, where Beerus and Whis are in Universe 10 talking to Gowasu. And Beerus is trying to explain, why is it that these guys aren't dead? I killed them. And Gowasu doesn't understand either. Neither of them understand And this is what I meant by Beerus does care, because Beerus doesn't understand why they're still alive. And Gawasu says to Beerus, don't worry about it. He was my apprentice. I will figure it out. Because Beerus wants to travel, but he knows he can't travel to the future because it's against the laws for a god of destruction to travel through time. It's against the laws. So, because it's against the laws, Beerus can't do it. But Gawasu, I'm thinking, is going to figure out a way to allow them to do it. Now, I don't think Beerus is going to be able to. If Beerus does end up going to the future, I do not think he's going to beat them. He can. I think he can, but because Zamasu's an immortal, and we know that they're going to be merging at some point into Black Zamasu. I'm gonna guess that's what I'm gonna be. Guess what it's gonna be called, Black Zamasu. But we know they're gonna be merging at some point, and because of that, I don't think. It's hard for me to explain. I'm not necessarily saying that they're stronger than Beerus, but because Zamasu's immortal, I don't think it matters if they're stronger or not. Beerus could be extremely way more powerful, but they're immortal, so it doesn't matter. And like I said in one of my former videos, I think maybe 2-3 videos ago, I said this. The Super Dragon Balls have to be more powerful than all of the gods, like Beerus, Whis, even Zeno, because you gotta understand, you can wish for anything with the Super Dragon Balls. So technically you could say, I wish that Zeno didn't exist. I wish that I had the power of Zeno. Like, technically, the Super Dragon Balls have to be more powerful than the gods. And because Zamasu asked for immortality from the Super Dragon Balls, I don't think Beerus can beat them. Even if Beerus is way more powerful, even if Beerus used his full power, 100% full power, I don't think he can beat them because he's an immortal. It's not that he's not stronger than them. It's just the fact that he's an immortal. Like, he's an immortal. He can't die. But I do think that at some point Beerus will probably go to the future and probably try to fight them. But I don't think it's going to matter. But anyway, so Gawasu explains him like I said. Gawasu says, I'll figure out a way. It's my fault that I'm the one who used him as an apprentice. It's my fault. I'll figure out a way for you to go and fight them or whatever. And that's the end of the episode. The preview. The preview basically shows what we already know. They're gonna go back to the future. Back to the future. They're gonna go back to the future and they're gonna fight them. Now, this next episode is Vegeta's episode because it's titled Vegeta's Intense Battle. I think it's called entitled The Curtain Rises for Vegeta's Intense Battle or something like that. I believe that's what it's called. And in the commercial, Vegeta's getting it in, man. He's getting it in. Now I know, like I said, he's not gonna kill them. He's not gonna kill Black because they have yet to merge. So my thought is that what will probably happen is, like we know, spoilers. If you didn't read the spoilers, and I know I've already spoiled a couple of things, but there is a big spoiler. So if you did not read the spoilers, you might want to click off this video right now. But anyway, I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Anyway, so spoilers. Trunks is critically wounded. And as he's critically wounded, I'm thinking, on top of the fact that Vegeta trained, Vegeta's going to get pissed off. So I think he's going to hold his own. I think he's going to do some damage to Black. But we know that they're going to merge. Now, them merging is way too powerful for Vegeta, Goku, whoever wants to fight them. Them merge is going to be way too powerful. That's just pretty much a guarantee right now. They're going to be way too powerful. So, what I'm guessing is that the Mafuba is what will probably end them. I'm hoping it's not, because that's weak to me. I would rather see them actually get killed. Like, even if it had to be Beerus coming through, like, yo, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm not even going to entertain anymore. I'm just going to destroy you both. Even if it was Beerus, even if it's Zeno, I would definitely rather them actually get killed than sealed away. Like, that to me, that's weak. That's corny to me. So that's pretty much it. Let me know how y'all feel about my review. I know it was a little all over the place. I just actually, before I started this video, I actually just finished watching it. I watched it twice this time. I watched it once raw and I watched it once with subs. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me know how I feel about this review. What are y'all predictions? Let me know how you feel. Let me know what you think is gonna happen in the next episode. And that's pretty much it. So like, favorite, sub, share, and comment. Let me know how you guys feel, like I said. And I guess that's pretty much. So I'm SimD'sReviews, and I'll holler at y'all later. One.